market, by the way.
You've told me about it, mate. I've seen
Fucking
it.
best.
Yeah, you're so cool, bro.
Do you want to do any like run through or anything before we do like the proper chat, or should we just get going?
I'm happy to just get going.
All right. Well, the first thing I want to chat about is Bev chat. So normally I ask people like, hey, what drinks do you want? It's like, give me some coffee, give me some tea, give me some whatever. I believe this request came from you, Xavier. Would you hold that up for the camera for everyone?
Shout out.
I'm not sure if I have to blur it out, but fuck it.
No,
whatever.
surely not. You get a sponsorship, mate. This is perfect.
Probably the most like meticulous, very.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's
ASMR.
good. Yeah,
Beautiful.
I like
The most meticulous and like hyper specific requests I've ever fielded.
I just sent you a photo of it, so you wouldn't fuck it up.
No, you sent me the exact product, and you were like, "Get this."
The photo was like the size of my phone screen as well. The whole email was just one giant can. It was fucking awesome.
Alex, are you partial to this as well?
Xavier got me onto them, and I fucking love them. I think they're good. Yeah.
So I was telling Xavier before you got here because Alex was late.
It's getting chicken.
I wasn't late.
Xavier was on
I definitely
time.
wasn't
Shout
late.
out Stockies.
Alex was late. I was telling Xavier that I got 4 because he was like, "Get me 1 can of this," and I was like, "All right, I'll get some backup cans just in case."
I got 1 each. I said one
Maybe
per.
his thirst is stronger than he anticipates. And then last night, Paige was like, "Oh, I want some sweet, some fizzy. Do we have anything?" And I was like, "Oh, I got these weird drinks for the boys downstairs." And she's like, "Can I have one?" I was like, "Okay." So she tried one, and she reckons it tastes like. I'm not sure if you guys are younger than me. Do you remember like the Pulse cans?
It's exactly what it tastes like.
Is it? Okay, right.
I don't know what that is.
Were you a fan of Pulse when you were like a young whippersnapper getting drunk?
I'm not thinking of that.
Okay.
I'm thinking of I thought you were talking about the deodorant that was like, no, like the deodorant that it just reminds me of like high school deodorant, like really sweet, like over the top. What's that fucking? What's
Wait,
the one
Lynx.
called? Not Lynx. The girl version of Lynx.
Link set.
No,
Fuck.
it wasn't like Diva. It was something like that.
I know the one you're thinking about. Tall, thin can.
Yep.
Fuck.
I thought it was Pulse.
Deodorant.
It might be. I don't know. But what Paige was talking about is a like premix alcoholic energy drink that came out.
Like a UDL sort of thing.
Kind of like a UDL, but with like fucking guarana and all sorts of like caffeine shit. And it was kind of crazy because like...
I think it's far before my time.
It probably was, yes. And that's what Paige said. She was like, don't talk about this on the pod. The boys
You
don't
can
even know what
explain
it
how old I am.
is. Sorry. It was too good to pass up. But yeah, Pulse was fucked. And it was the type of shit that like, if you were going to kick-ons, you couldn't drink like a whole 4-pack of it because you would get like heart palpitations and die.
God. It's like Four Loko.
Eventually they like took it off market because it was like,
It's
too
good.
too intense. But apparently that's what this tastes like. So
Right. Okay, so it doesn't taste like deodorant.
Spiritual
it doesn't taste like deodorant. But now I need to clarify, were you drinking the deodorant? Like what were you doing?
It's like it's got a similar like
tastes exactly the same,
sweetness to it.
I have so many more questions, Alex. What are you doing with deodorant?
Don't you remember being in high school and like you could smell it because everyone smelled bad in high school
in the hall, and
the whole,
everyone like in between would just
if you
fucking
walked past like
spray
a
it.
boy after like lunch or whatever, it would just reek of Lynx. And then if you walked
Lynx
past,
Africa in particular
yes,
is like
and
a
if you
very
walked
distinct
past a
boy
girl,
flavor.
it smelled like what the fuck was it called?
I
It's
can't
like some
remember.
bubblegummy type shit.
But it always had like the smell of like sweat under it.
Yeah.
We were like,
I'll be like
13.
typing into Google like girls deodorant
You're on a
2000s
list, bro.
pink. Like what comes up?
Fuck,
Okay.
what was it? Anyway,
Future me will edit
Yeah.
that. I think that's a good cold open. Welcome to the Pitch of Discontent. Owen back again for a guest episode. We have Xavier
Yes.
and Alex
Yes.
from Melting in the house. What's up?
Not much.
Could you look any more nervous?
It's going now, which means we're going to shut down.
I forgot how to speak.
Alex has been on the show before, so he's old hat at this.
I am.
Returning champion.
That's it.
Johnny's absent from today's
absent,
pod.
yeah.
Xavier's he's dead.
RIP.
You guys need a new drummer. That's
Yeah.
awkward. Yeah.
That's all right. We'll find one.
What's news, boys? What's been going on?
Put a song out.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that for sure.
Yeah.
And maybe some other things that
Yeah.
will have been announced by the time I edit this
yeah.
and publish this.
Doesn't matter either way.
It doesn't, it doesn't matter
The
at
brain calendar is not working.
all. Alex, you were just telling us about a show that you went to. And did you mosh? Was the threat of mosh there? Were you going to get like donkey kicked if you went inside too far?
I stared at a QR code from through the glass door while Resurrect were playing.
Okay.
It was insane. That band is popping off.
Yeah, that whole lineup, I'll put the show flyer up for everyone, but that whole lineup was dope. And I was spending like last night kind of just like flicking through everyone's stories, like seeing the pylons and everyone
it's
kind
crazy.
of kicking off.
Yeah.
It was literally like around the corner from our studio.
Yeah.
So
Cool venue, too. It's
I
like a
should have been
little-
down there. Yeah.
Like, there was like the one room, and then there was like an outdoor sort of area, and then it was like the
Yeah.
main band room.
It's,
was it Oxygen?
Yeah, it's like a youth space. They've
Yeah.
got like some like rehearsal rooms in there, and
True,
then like
yeah,
and then
okay,
like a
yeah.
little like performance space.
Yeah.
In the shots from the show, I saw that there was like a basketball hoop, so it's clearly like meant for people to like play games and shit. And there's just like dudes moshing in there.
Yeah,
I
nice.
genuinely got like, because I was only able to catch 2 bands there, so I was
Yeah.
like in, and then out at a 30th to go to, because I'm old.
How was the 30th?
It was good. It was good. It was social battery goes down pretty quickly at
Yeah,
the
fair
30th, but it was great. It was good fun. But the 2 bands I saw, Theurgy and Resurrect, just awesome. Theurgy goes so hard in Melbourne too.
That
like,
new Theurgy 2-track.
the 40 tons.
is
Yeah,
fucking
the-
psycho.
The
Yeah.
sickest fucking name ever.
I was talking to Lane about that, and he was just like, we just wanted to make the hardest title for a 2-track ever. And I thought that it was like an ode to 50-ton War Machine by Devourment. And he was like, no, but now that you mention it, I fucking love Devourment. And I was like, yeah, the best band ever.
Retroactively, like that was the
Yeah,
idea.
that's
yeah.
where it actually came from.
It was sick. Cold Concrete is so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that band fucks.
Yeah, 100%.
Xavier, what have you been up to?
Not much. I went out last night, did a lot of drinking. So
It was an anniversary, correct?
yeah, 1 year with my partner.
Congrats.
Shout out to your partner.
Emily. That was good. That was good. But I was just tired and feel not great.
Yeah.
Alex's chicken's done a number on me as well. The one bit of his chicken that I had.
Stucky's Chicken
Fuck it.
in Pascoe Vale.
Shout out Stuckies.
Yeah.
I guess for people watching this who might not be familiar with you guys, let's do the like formal introductions and like what you do in Melting. Xavier, you want to start off?
I am the singer, vocalist, screamer.
Lyricist as well?
Oh, some of it.
Some of it.
Most of
We'll
it.
get into that.
Most of it.
Alex?
Guitar
Guitar.
and
Riff man.
Riff man. Yeah.
Riff man. Let's talk about Glare. So new single, new, let's say, release cycle for the band.
Yeah.
What was the thought going into the video for Glare? Because I'll have clips of that in this episode. There was definitely some long sleeve choices.
Yeah.
That I noticed.
Yeah.
Was there someone on wardrobe for this particular video?
The whole idea of it is like just a complete rip of like 90s metal bands, like the facing inwards type thing, and
Sick.
the Crowbar long sleeve is because when I discovered Crowbar, it was through watching the 5 Minutes Alone film clip, and that was not 5 Minutes Alone, I'm Broken, the I'm Broken film clip, and that film clip has been stuck in my head forever. They're jamming, facing inwards. It's all like on film. It's really like haphazardly put together, and I was like, let's do something like that.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of agreed on it, and I was like, well, I'm going to wear a fucking Crowbar long sleeve too.
Yeah.
Maybe someone will discover Crowbar by seeing me in a long sleeve.
I mean, that's dope.
That's how I found them.
I feel like, and I had like some rough notes for this episode, and I'm kind of just winging it for most of this one. But one of the things that I had on my rough notes was that like Crowbar are going through like a crazy
It's insane.
resurgence at the moment.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe you're part of that, and like because you've just been talking about how much you love Crowbar for like at least a year or two. So
I've
like,
been talking about how much I love Crowbar since I was about
so
12.
as a Crowbar influencer, how do you feel about their resurgence?
I think it's good for them. I love it. Like it's nice to see people listening to a style of music that is a bit more like raw
Yeah.
and a little less polished. For sure. That's a big thing for me, is seeing people getting into something that's not perfect, because it feels like from about 2011, when did Discoveries by Northlane come out? 2011?
2011.
Yeah, 11.
Singularity was 2013. So yeah, 2010, 2011.
There was a massive period of time where everything was like perfect. And now people are finding
Like triggered drums, everything on the grid, everything is like, I think like the whole like gent thing was really like responsible for that, because everyone was like, Meshuggah are great. Let's just do that.
Yeah.
And
But people also forget that Destroy Erase Improve existed,
Yes.
and Chaosphere, and there was a lot of psycho Meshuggah that wasn't perfectly snapped to the grid jet.
Yep.
It was nuts. It was Metallica, but more proggy.
Yeah.
Like
And like to
heavier.
their credit, like there's plenty of interviews with the guys in Meshuggah where people try and like be like, oh, you guys invented Gen. How do you feel about that? And they're like, we don't care. And like we reject that title. We don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And like we've always just done what we're doing. If they take that as influence to do their own lame thing, that's fine.
100%.
It's just
yeah.
like
Don't drag us
cool.
into this.
Don't drag us into this.
Well, it's like, Meshuggah have always stood apart in that way. It's, like that whole like prog metal thing happened, and like cool, but and like everyone was like, Meshuggah are the kings of this, but they always stood apart as being like more of just a straight up like horns up metal band.
Yes.
In amongst like all of the bands that clearly borrowed from them, like Periphery and like all of that sort of, even what's Buster's band? Viljada.
Oh yeah.
And like Humanity's Last Breath and stuff like that. It's all still a little bit more like clean cut compared to what Meshuggah were doing at the same time. It's like somehow they just came across as more of like a straight up, just like beards, long hair metal band, but they were like proggy and techie and
I think it's
stuff.
also like a time and place thing too. Like when all of that stuff popped off in like the 2000s, it was like in like a pre-social media kind of era.
Yeah.
So like there was still like music publications, and they were definitely on like the cover of like Decibel and stuff like that. So they weren't like a small band by any like, but they're still like in like the niche. Whereas like nowadays, like you can fucking drop a reel and a bunch of like, you know, Gen Alpha kids will fucking see it on TikTok and be like, wow, that's crazy. So like that kind of reach just didn't exist. So like it was definitely more of a niche thing that you would find, someone would put you on, you'd hear the record and you'd be like, whoa, that's fucking sick.
But that whole thing with like a band like Meshuggah, they still, I mean, even, was it Coloss? Was that the 2012 record? Around them when they were doing the Ophidian Trek, that live one that came out and stuff, it still had like this somehow rawness to it, even though it was like really perfect. And that, to tie it back to like what we were talking about with Crowbar and all these bands that are popping off at the moment, like Acid Bath had a resurgence recently as well.
They played that new World Fest, like that like new metal goth alternative fest.
And you've got like, I mean, I'm seeing it. Like, I Hate God is about to do the same thing. Like, it seems like every show Crowbar is playing, I Hate God are on as well. Yeah. And it's just a matter of time before that, like, they get the same treatment. Yeah. If anything, I just hope Jimmy Bower gets his flowers, because he's like the common thread of that entire sound.
Yeah.
But like, people always point to Kirk or to, you know, Dimebag or to somebody else or whatever. It's like Jimmy has been in like all of those bands holding it down. He's the best.
Well, that's like the definition of like your favorite band's favorite band.
100%.
Right. So like there are the more prolific, the more well-known examples that take influence from that sound, but like they're the kind of the 100%. Locus point, right? Like the thing that those bands look to for inspiration.
100%.
That's kind of crazy.
And they're such a fucking good band. They're like, I was saying to Xavier the other day, it's like, some of the stuff, especially on that Southern Discomfort record, it's like Lynyrd Skynyrd, but heavy as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's Lynyrd Skynyrd?
I don't know.
Zave discovered Lynyrd Skynyrd the other day.
Sweet Home Alabama.
Yes.
You didn't tell me that. You're like,
I
you showed
played
me,
it
like,
for you.
No, you didn't play that one, did you?
Yeah, it was the first one I played.
Nah, you played fucking Freebird. You're like, you know this? I'm like, yeah, I know this one. And then you played like a bunch of random shit. And then I was talking to Emily about it, and they were like, oh yeah, they did this song. And they played. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
these guys. Still don't know who
Well,
they
the
are.
riff in Simple Man is just the same riff from Southern Discomfort, but not as heavy.
Yeah,
It's great.
I don't know. I think the thing that I would say is the reason for this kind of resurgence is not only are bands like Crowbar great bands with a really deep discography, so there's lots.
That's the thing.
There's
You can
lots
just
to
go back into it.
There's
yeah.
lots to go back to and find. Like, I still find like deep cuts and albums that I haven't given enough time to. And I
100%.
listen to them and
all
I'm
the
like,
time.
oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, I saw someone share the other day. I think it was fucking Mike Dirt from Tsunami was like, this is the best Crowbar song, and it was Vacuum off one of the fucking records that I haven't listened to, and I was like, all right,
Is that off Equilibrium?
I think so.
Yeah,
it's
it
off,
might be, yeah.
like a deep cut record, deep cut song, and I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not familiar with that. I'll go back and listen to it. It was fine. I wouldn't say it's the best song, but I was like, I'm curious. I want to find out. Like, here's a guy who writes riffs. He's listening to Kirk writing riffs, and he's like, this is the one.
Yeah,
So like,
yeah.
I gotta find out what's going on there.
100%.
And I think that's the secret sauce, right? Is that like, it's real music by real like lifer kind of people.
Dude, yeah, he's for real damaged. Like, he's, you know what I mean? Like, there's,
He's chopped.
He's been
You
through
heard
it.
it here.
He's been through it.
it's just the way that they write too. Like, they've got such a, like, it feels almost like you're being told off. Well, not told off, but like you're getting life advice from like somebody that you really respect.
Yeah, it's like you're hearing like your dad's deepest, darkest secrets.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I feel bad for you, bro.
What's that? They've got that one track, and he's like, "These things make you become
Oh,
a
suffering
man."
brings wisdom.
And
or
it's
something.
just like, dude,
suffering. Yeah,
Incredible.
Yeah.
The
Could glaze them for hours. It
Yeah.
doesn't
we
matter.
could, and I promise we'll talk about the melting stuff. But it's just like one final note. So like, do you guys follow Kirk on Instagram?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not sure whether it's like his kids or someone has like pushed him into doing a lot more like
Content.
front facing camera
Yeah.
content. But I'm here for it
Oh,
because
it's
it's
so
fucking
good.
crazy.
Kirk here.
So like there was one I saw where he was like on a grill and he was like,
Yeah,
I'm
the-
trying to cook stuff and it's
record.
like, and it's the
Yeah.
record, and I was
Yeah.
like, that's hilarious and very funny. That
There was one from Christmas, and he was full on like asleep on the couch, like classic,
Having an old man
classic
moment.
dad, grandpa shit, just like actually just like.
like
Zen
Bugs
out.
Bunny on the park bench.
Yeah. I was like, fuck, that's just someone's dad.
It
Yeah.
reminds me like during the pandemic and then like afterwards, I'm pretty sure it was like Martin Scorsese's like granddaughter was like on TikTok and she like popped off by just like putting Scorsese in front of a camera and
Just
then
like
like
normal.
and then like asking him questions about his movies. I think she was reading like letterboxed reviews
Oh,
of his
yeah.
like movies to him and he's just standing there. It looks like he's like on a hostage video.
He's like, what the fuck is this?
But it was doing numbers because it's like it's Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
And like the Kirk thing is very similar. So like before we move on, I have one thing that I want to show you guys, which I think is fucking hilarious. I sent this to a friend of mine, and it is a screenshot of one of those videos. So here's Kirk eating sushi of some kind with like I think it's Matt who also plays in Crowbar. So they're like sitting there eating sushi.
Shout out Matt's guitar, ugliest thing on planet Earth.
Cool. And he's like talking about so they're in a Subway, but they're eating sushi. So it's like sushi at a Subway restaurant.
Right, yeah.
And then at the bottom, so this is on the Crowbar account, and then Kirk has commented on it underneath, and he said, "I shit immediately after consuming it." And it's like
What a life.
one of my
This
favorite
is-
things I've seen all year. I'm
What
just
a
like,
guy.
hell yeah.
He's won.
the best.
He's won a life. That's
Yeah.
it. That's what we
Also, he
got.
has a Judas Priest
He's the
fucking
best.
skull tattoo.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember seeing a video, last thing before we move on, of him years back, like one of those like Loudwire true or false things or whatever, probably like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And he was just like going through all of his tattoos and he's like, I'm just a billboard of my friends' bands. And he's got like Priest, he's got Typo, he's got like, I think he's got an Exhorter tattoo that's just like
Sick.
straight across his bicep. And I was like, that's fucking mad, dude.
yeah.
Exhorter across your biceps.
I don't think there's anything harder than just getting like Not even like a tattoo inspired by a band, but just getting the logo.
So tough.
Just like the logo. I was telling Xavier I was in Thailand for a mate's wedding at the start of the month. And on the way back, friend and I were sitting there in the lounge, like waiting to get on our flight. And there was a dude in front of us who just like could tell he was just like a normie guy that likes like bands and has literally just like got essentially like stickers that tattoo. So he had like the Slipknot fucking like little S.
Yeah.
He had Motley Crue. And like basically like every download lineup for the last decade, he's like got like all of the different like
Metallica.
No one
tattoos.
told him that you can just make a battle vest. It's
Yeah,
just like,
he's just
this
wearing
hurts
it.
so much.
Yeah. But he was definitely like in his 40s, had like a teenage daughter with him. And I was just like, man, imagine that's your dad just walking around with like the Motley Crue logo on his fucking bicep or something. Good stuff. All right, let's talk melting. So, Alex, we had you on the show, I want to say early last year, episode like 230, I think. I'll fact check that. And that was for the release of the debut EP.
Yeah.
So,
Although it would have been like August or something like that. Then,
something like that. Yeah, that sounds about right. Talk to me about what you guys have been up to since. A lot of tours, a lot of shows.
Played a lot of shows.
How are you approaching the next era of melting? Because we've already talked about Glare.
Yeah.
There's stuff coming down the pipe.
Yeah.
Collectively, how are you guys approaching the new era of the band?
I think maybe a little more cautiously is probably the right word. Yeah.
Why cautious?
Like it's a little more honed in this time around for sure. Like when we put out You Exist, it sort of felt like, oh, we'll play whatever shows with whoever. We tried to navigate that as best as we kind of could, but when you're getting opportunities like that thrown at you, you're kind of like, well, let's just take them and see what happens.
Sure.
And,
I mean, you guys didn't play any weird shows, I would say. Like, they all made sense.
They all made sense, but it was sort of like, I mean, the amount of travel and stuff, it was like, we were so broke at the end of the year. And,
It's pretty rough. I have no annual leave. I still have no annual leave. I'm hurting the year over.
Brother, you're in a band. You will never have annual leave again.
I don't even want to look at it. That's
like we took
cooked.
2-3 months off. We didn't play a show from like the end of October till the end of January.
Yeah. I was going back through the Instagram and I was like refreshing my mind about like, what have these guys been up to?
Yeah.
And it was clear that you definitely like hit the pause on the touring kind of show
we
stuff.
hit it hard. We were like,
and I figured that's because you're in the studio cooking up new things and kind of getting stuff ready for 2026.
Yeah, I think we kind of, as it approached that like October sort of time, we kind of realized this is going to be way harder than we thought to put new music out or to get new music ready while we're just playing shows everywhere. So let's just put a hard stop on it. We kept sort of saying to ourselves, we've been lucky enough to do more in like 1 year than a lot of bands get to do in 3-4 years of being a band. We kind of were really, really blessed like that. So we were like, all right, well, let's stop. Let's just put all of our focus and our energy into doing the record.
Yeah.
And it was cool. It was like all guns blazing on it. Like I was away in, it was like Grafton or something like that.
The
like,
middle of nowhere.
Literally got sent out to Grafton for work and was like, well, I'm supposed to be tracking a record at the moment. And they were like, you got to go for work. And I was like, well, you're going to fly my guitars up there and all of my shit. And I would just like wake up early in the
Meanwhile,
morning.
Xavier's like, can I get 1 crumb of annual leave? And Alex is like, you will fly my rig out there
that's
so
exactly
that
what I said.
So
I
I
was
can
like-
demo my shit.
I was like, or I'm just not going to go. And they were like, you kind of like the illusion of choice. And I was like, I just won't get on the plane. Like, so
Incredible.
went to Grafton and then for 2 weeks while I was there was just tracking the record in the little apartment I was in and
Sick.
just like really like buried into it.
That's why it sounds so mean. You were like fucking just like angry at circumstance. And you're like, I'm going to put all this hate into all these riffs.
Well, the songs were sort of written, but they kind of, as they always do, when you go back over and you retrack them for a record,
Yeah.
they always get little tweaks and they always get little this and that. And one of the tracks, the second last main track of the record, had a whole different ending and then got swapped around. Actually through full. Yeah, so that I'd finished tracking the tracked version of it.
Oh yeah,
and I sent it
totally
out.
Forgot that.
And I actually sent it to Maddie from Detester, and she was like, end of that song is boring. Change it. And I was like, so
shit, nice.
sort of writing credit, I suppose. And I was like, fuck, all right, I'll go back and I'll rework that. And I did. And it's probably the heaviest part of the record, I think. So
Yeah.
I love playing that part live.
Yeah, dude,
We
it's so good.
opened with that song at the Cactus show. Fuck, it felt good.
Oh, dude.
That shit felt so good. I have it on video and I just watch it. I'm just like, oh, that's sick. Why isn't this song out? I want to be playing this.
Yeah.
Kind of like talk to me about that then. So like you've got the tracks from You Exist, and what did you guys do collectively? What was the conversation like in what this new material would be? Like heavier.
And more stripped back. Stripped
Yeah.
back was like the main thing.
Okay.
Oh God, I am leaning on the
I
chair.
told you you would do
God,
it.
fuck?
Don't be doing that.
You Exist was like, it's like the most metalcore shit ever. And we were like, we don't want to do that again.
Yeah. I think it was like the stuff that came out before You Exist was
Oh God.
really just
We're not supposed to talk
no. Well, I think the
We
thing is,
talked about that when we had you on the show last
Yeah.
time, because
Like,
we talked
very,
about like the progression of the band,
yeah,
and I guess like let's just talk about the new stuff. So you've got a new EP,
yes,
A Pathetic Excuse for a Life.
Yes.
Going to put a pin in the title, so we're going to come back to that.
yeah,
But it is definitely a progression from the stuff on You Exist, and I
Yeah.
agree. Heavier,
Yeah.
rawer, more in your face.
yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I was traveling to Queensland over like the Christmas break, and because we got the baby, we had to like break up the drive over like 4 days. So
Yeah.
I was in fucking rural New South Wales somewhere. I can't even remember the fucking town, but I was like,
Grafton,
I was
probably.
I was taking Reese for a walk, and I get this message, and it's Alex, and he's like, "Hey man, here's our new EP. Do you want to give it a listen?" And I was like, "The fuck?
Yeah.
You guys got a new EP? Let's go!" So I was just like walking the dog, listening, and like immediately first response, I was like, "This is way heavier."
Yeah.
Just like. And the crowbar influence, I was like,
It's there, yeah.
Alex is trying to like make the like grooviest, bendiest
Yeah.
fucking riffs possible.
Yeah.
So like, was that a conversation you guys all had of like, we need to like have more groove, we need to have more stomp, it needs to be angry.
It wasn't really a conversation we had. It just happened. Like
Okay, so it's organic.
it
Felt
just
organic.
it just started. It just
Well,
like
you just talked about the live stuff, right? So like, were you thinking like as frontman, you're like, I want shit that I can like really fucking vibe to on stage? Like,
well, I mean, I always want that, but like also, I learnt false. We started tracking vocals
Yeah.
for this EP, this new one. It was the worst weekend of my life.
It was rough.
It was fucked. It was so fucked. I did terribly. I came in, I'm like, yeah, let's fucking do this. And we spent like the entire day and didn't get one song done.
brutal.
I crashed the fuck out. The next day, continued to crash the fuck out. And then I went home. I'm like, oh, okay, so I guess I just can't do this anymore. Like, I need to just leave and not do the band anymore.
Damn.
And then I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll just do false chords. So then I just started doing them. I think I can do them now. So then we went back and we put false chords in a bunch of the parts of the songs. So now I'm like, oh, this shit fucks.
It felt like we unlocked something.
It was just
it
like
had been a long conversation about
oh my
like
God.
just like getting more lows into the record and
so
stuff.
many long drives back from shows with just me and Alex and him being like, just fucking do it. I'm like, I'm trying, but I can't do it. And I'm just like I just feel so like useless. I'm like, why can everybody else do this, but I can't? I was like really scared about blowing out my voice and shit. Like
Yeah.
like Jordan from Death Tax, he's had problems with that.
We literally
And
talked about it on the pod.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm like, fuck, I don't want to do that. It scares the fuck out of me. Because if I do that, I'm useless. I have no musical talent other than being able to yell.
Yeah.
I like
It's your instrument, though.
Yeah. So if I fuck that up, I can't like be like, oh, yo, play fucking bass.
Yeah.
I don't. My hands don't move. My
Yeah.
hands don't work.
But I mean, like, no one's born. Well, not no one. Some people are born with like just freakish talent,
Yeah,
kind of like
yeah.
out the box. But
Yeah.
most people have to work at it. I would imagine Alex would agree that like his first attempt at writing riffs was probably pretty dog shit. But you work at it, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you hone your instrument, you get that muscle memory, you listen to other people doing cooler shit than you, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna try and do that.
Yeah,
and
you just like
it sounds like you
copy it until you can figure out how to do
Exactly.
it, and then you do it your
all
way.
great artists steal.
Yeah,
So
I'm pretty sure I basically just copied Jordan from Death Taxes. vocals.
Yeah.
hell
They
yeah.
sound like sometimes they sound so similar. I'm like, this is sick, but I'm also scared because he's had problems.
Yeah.
So if I sound like him, maybe I'm doing what he used to do.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, but whatever, we'll figure it out if
Well,
it happens.
I mean, I've only heard. I would imagine maybe like a final mix, maybe not the master of it, because this was like back in December. So you guys might have
Yeah.
retooled stuff since I heard it.
I don't remember.
And I think the guest vocals weren't on it. You were
Oh,
telling me,
yeah,
you were
yeah,
telling me about
yeah.
that. But what I
they're
heard
sick.
sounds dope. So I can say.
I'll send you the full one after.
Okay.
Yeah,
thank you. I can say you crushed it.
Thank you. It just felt like I wish I could just do the false chords, but also now like we're still pretty early on, but like my fries are kind of like my fries.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've
Like-
got your own sound for sure.
Yeah, and that's just because I'm like I learned in my bedroom and didn't know what I was doing, and that's just I'm stuck with that. They have like no range.
Yeah.
I can only do like right down the middle, and that's it. And now I've got false chords, so I'm like. Every show, I think, though, like, my voice is just breaking. And I'm just, like, actually yelling. And it feels so good, but also, like, so bad.
Have you got the little like warm up regimen? Are you like trying to like get things primed?
I have a warm-up, but, like...
I say this not as a vocalist. I have no talent. So.
It doesn't feel like it really... I don't know. The false chords are weird. When we've been playing them, like, live... I'll just like turn around and just do one, like not into the mic, just to like get it going.
You're like, yeah, that feels right.
I'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, here's my part. Let me yell it, and then my voice breaks, and it's like,
Yeah.
So there's like a fair bit of it on Glare, but also across the entire EP.
I think there's like the least amount on Glare.
Well, I was talking more about like the vocal interplay. So there's like
it is
Alex
mixed.
doing like some backup sort of
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Like there's a lot of that going on across the entire EP.
Yeah,
And I think that adds another dynamic too.
yeah. I
Yeah.
made him do that.
Yeah.
Okay. He didn't want to do it. I
Long
was
drives
like,
back
"You-
from shows. You'd be
Yeah.
like,
No,
just fucking do
that
it.
was just me. Like, I can't fucking do this live. You're probably just gonna have to do it anyway, so you should track it.
Yeah.
But I think
So-
that's such a sick thing though. Is
Oh,
like
it sounds awesome.
see-
I love it.
seeing it live and having people do different vocal parts not
Yeah,
only gives you
it's
like
sick.
a chance to catch your breath and have a little bit of fucking vocal rest,
Yeah.
but like it sounds dope
Yeah.
and like
I think it makes a massive difference.
Yeah.
Like,
and it looks hard as hell.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, him fucking like just yelling into the microphone looks sick. It looks cooler than me.
Shirtless with
Yeah,
that mustache,
singlet or
rocking
some
the
shit.
gat. Come
Right?
on,
God damn it.
It's fucking awesome. Like it's so sick. Like fucking Knock Loose do it.
yes.
Boundaries do it. A million other bands do it. Those are the
Yeah.
two that I
Knock Loose do
I
it to
picture.
great effect. Like
Yeah.
all of those dudes can do like gutties and like little
Yeah,
like
yeah,
screams
They're all
and
just
shit.
crazy
Yeah,
vocalists.
That
Yeah.
It's insane.
That Outbreak Festival set that they did, like watching that, like the way that Isaac and Brian like literally swap almost word for word in some parts, it's like sick.
Yeah.
Like it's obviously like really like put on, like they've been like you do this and this. And
Oh, it's a
like,
performance.
yeah.
Like, they've honed it, but it
yeah,
works.
it is perfect.
Yeah.
It's sick. And like the fucking I forget his name, the bassist from Boundaries. He's got like such a high
Yes.
crazy scream compared to Matt's one
Mm.
that when they play and you hear it, it's like, oh, that's fucking sick. Like it's like a good like difference. It's not just like more false chord on top of false chord. Like
Yeah.
how Alex, he sounds totally different to me.
All right, so
Yeah.
this is a tangent that I did not anticipate, but let's get into it. You mentioned Boundaries. Have you seen the thing with them?
You're talking about the mix.
The mix.
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
I thought the original mix of the new Boundary song was completely fine.
Did they change it?
Yeah.
But they put out two, so they
Oh,
said you can
what?
pick and choose which one you want.
So they put out the song, right? And then all of the fucking like metalcore, all of the metalcore kids on fucking r/metalcore.
Yeah, they're like, oh,
were-
bring back Randy.
We're
bring
like,
back Randy.
oh, the mix doesn't fucking work or whatever. Like it's too compressed or
It
too
sounds like a
smushed
fucking
in.
MP3 demo. It's
Yeah.
cool. I thought
And
it was
then, so then like, fucking Matt gets on there and he's like, hey, thanks for all your feedback. We actually had two different mixes of the song, and I presume the record that it's from. And we were sending them to people, being like, you know, kind of like what you guys were talking about, like
Yeah.
sending stuff to like Maddie or whatever, like sending shit out to your mates and being like,
Yeah, what
how's
do you
it?
think?
What do you think? How's it sound? And they were trying to use that to gauge which mix to go for. And they went with the one that was the official release.
Yeah.
But he was like, oh, but we have this other mix that we also really liked.
Who did the new mix?
It was is it Drew Falk, is that his name?
Yeah.
Wizard Blood. I think.
Oh.
Is that the same guy?
That Wizard Blizzard guy or whatever.
Wizard Blood, yeah.
He's the guy who did the last Knock Loose record.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Matt like puts up a fucking samply link of like the second mix.
Yeah.
And then everyone listens to that and they're like, oh, it sounds way better. And he's like, okay, cool. And now they've like through streaming replaced the old mix with the new mix.
I think it's a huge bummer.
Okay,
Like,
but like
just fucking stick to it. I thought it was cool. I thought, because in my head, their vibe has been like, you know, classic metalcore.
Yes.
But done really well.
Yes.
I
Stop leaning on the chair.
fuck.
Speaking to the mic, brother.
I think that the best part about it is how they do their lyrics and stuff. Because I'm a vocalist. I've got fucking word brain, not guitar brain or anything.
Yeah.
So like when you like listen to something, I feel like the biggest thing that separates other bands from other bands is like how they do lyrics and stuff.
Yeah.
And I like it. It's like, you know, like poetic and like kind of cringe sometimes, but it's also like, yeah, bro, it's metalcore. I'm gonna like, oh fucking, oh, it's so sad, bro. My life's so hard.
Yeah.
Like, and I think they do that really fucking well.
Incredibly
like,
well.
They got good lines, bro. They got good lines. This new song, it was more like down the middle, but it was still cool. And I think the best part about that new song was that the mix was different. Yeah. I was like, because they've had 3 albums with Randy, and they all sound pretty much the same. Like, there's differences, but like, you know, they're all like there. So like doing something new for a 4th album is like, makes sense.
And I mean, like, and I would imagine that's probably what inspired them to do it because, like, with Knock Loose, they did a whole bunch of stuff with Will.
Yeah.
And all of their stuff sounded heavy, but it sounded very much dialed in for that collaboration with Knock Loose and Will.
Yeah.
So they went to Drew, slightly different tool
Do
up.
something different.
Switched it up a little bit.
Yeah.
That record's massive. They got nominated for a Grammy and did
Yeah,
fucking late shows
right?
and shit.
Like-
So like
Yeah.
clearly like going outside your comfort zone works.
Yeah.
What bummed me out about the boundary stuff, and like this is my own kind of little nitpick, but like I'm just picturing a bunch of fucking kids on Reddit
Oh, yeah.
listening through fucking AirPods to a compressed MP3 through Spotify,
Yeah.
and then getting on there and talking like they're fucking audio engineers and being
Yeah,
like, oh
like-
yeah, drop down the fucking 850 hertz.
Yeah, I
'Cause,
dude,
like,
I used
what
to
are you
be.
what are you
I
talking
wasn't-
about?
Wasn't that bad, but I did used to be like a mix. Like to Alex, I
Yeah.
would always be like, he'd be like, "Well, listen to this, something like old shit that I've never heard of before." I'm like, "It's all right, but like, you know, it kind of sounds like shit." Now I'm past that. So like this whole mixing with the boundaries thing, I'm like, it still sounds like crazy. Like
Yeah.
it's still super
Like I got like
produced and-
our like like the headphones that we've got here for the studio. Like I've got like the studio monitor like Sennheisers.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like top range kind of headphones, right? And I went in, found like the highest quality of that song that I could find, popped it on, listened to it. I was like, yeah, great. Sounds like Boundaries.
Yeah.
Went to Matt's like secondary link, listened to that, and I was like, I guess it's different,
I
but
need
like
to listen to this
not
album.
different enough that I would
It's-
like be able to really say one way or the other.
I listened to it the first time I listened to it. I listened to it on YouTube in my car.
Yeah.
And I thought it just, I thought it kind of sounded the same anyway. Like
Yeah.
it just.
I know
didn't-
what they
I didn't
mean
really
about
hear
the
it.
mix, though.
I can hear it
like-
now. I
it's-
think the best way to listen, the way that I do it when we listen to like melting and stuff to like figure out the mix, I listen to it on AirPods.
Yeah.
I think like my shitty like.
They're
Gen
the
2
best litmus test.
They're perfect because it's like.
Or like
kind
a
of
or like
what
a
you'd
car
hear.
stereo.
Yeah, it's like that's if
I
it
feel like-
translates there, it's good.
I feel
Exactly.
like the car's harder because every car's different, and like.
But that's how you know if a mix is good. If a mix translates across like everything.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
think-
the phone test with no headphones,
Yeah.
the AirPod test, and then the car test.
Yeah.
If those 3 work,
Yeah.
I think it doesn't matter what your mix collectively sounds like. If it works on those 3, then like
Yeah.
that's what bummed me out about the boundary thing. Is like when I heard it, I was kind of like, yeah, it's unconventional, but that's kind of what makes every good record
Yeah.
good.
It
Like
stands
if it
out.
just stands
Why
like
would you go back on it.
And like I was reading Matt's response, and like I felt bad for him in the band because like you're getting ready to like launch a new era of your
yeah,
band,
and then everyone's
right?
like, "Oh, this sounds like
And you
shit."
want the response to be like, "This fucking rips. This is so sick." And like you can't control public opinion to a certain degree, but it sucks that like what was already an anxiety that they had about like which mix should we go for
Yeah.
was just like exacerbated by like thousands of people.
Yeah.
I feel like it must have been like one cunt. That said, can we swear on now? Is that okay?
Of course you
Yeah.
can.
Like one person who was like, actually, it actually doesn't sound that good. It sounds kind of shit. Or I don't like this. And then everyone's like, you know what?
Yeah.
the internet
like,
piles on for
'cause,
sure.
like, after that last album, I forget what it's called. I'm so bad with names. I really like that band. Death is Little More.
Thank you.
That came out. They blew up from that.
Yeah.
Like,
Great record.
and then, so now that there's like a bigger following that found them from that, they want more of that, even though they already have old shit that is the same as that.
And to Alex's point, like, that's kind of where I sit with it, is that, like, there are so many records that, like, I had to let grow on me because, like, the production, the choice that the band and their team made wasn't, like, an immediate thing that connected.
Yeah.
But through listening to it, I grew to love.
You gotta understand what they're going
I
through.
grew to
Like,
love that record for its idiosyncrasies and the
That's-
little imperfections that over time become like the character and the texture of that record.
Yeah.
Imagine, like, I don't know, you're able to get your favorite band and then just like blow up their fucking phone and be like, change the mix.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
shut up,
crazy,
bro.
yeah.
I
And
don't
they
want to
change
talk
it.
to you.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know. I just
keep
felt
it
kind
to
of bad all
yourself.
around. I was like,
Yeah.
that kind of sucks.
Do you think it's something where like our metalcore or like the comment section feel maybe entitled to a certain like I guess like benchmark of a mix, and they maybe not, especially like our metalcore that are very down the line, like they, you know, what's that band like I Prevail and like all that, like whatever, like that kind of, it's like perfect, right? And but it's lifeless, you know. It's even on that last Boundaries record, not the one that
Bearing Brightness.
no, the one that you said before, Death is Little.
Oh, yeah.
Death is a little more.
Yeah. It's like you can hear that it's like a smashed style of mixing, and clearly like somebody in that band is listening to like Final Resting Place and stuff like that and going, oh, well, you can do modern production that sounds kind of old school.
Yeah.
And like that gives it its charm, and they've lent into that.
Yeah, it's
And
intentional.
there is such a charm to like, or like a nostalgic thing for people that grew up on like old school metalcore of like having an MP3 on an, probably not even on an iPod, on like a shitty MP3 player.
Yep.
I remember hearing like Devil Wears Prada, like Plagues, and it was the most dog shit quality, and it was like I fucking rinsed that so hard, like I loved it. I was just like every day that was constantly on repeat. And it didn't matter what the mix was like, but it sounds like Boundaries were trying to recapture that spirit, kind of like what Final Resting Place have done, where they're like, this just sounds ridiculous, like a sub drop hits and the whole mix just squashes down completely, and then it opens
like
back
the
up.
Frozen Soul.
Yeah, like new
Absolute
Frozen Soul.
Zero,
It's
like,
insane, and like
and it's sick, and it's like different, but
Yeah,
it's like
when
not
you hear
different.
it-
It's like shit that used to be.
you hear a solo
everybody
that's like
refined it, and-
too loud or something, and you're like, it's weird, but it's kind of quirky. It's not supposed to be perfect. This style of music is like supposed to be a little less accessible.
Yeah, and I just think that like it kind of sucks that we live in an age where like you have an unprecedented level of access to like your favorite artists.
Yeah,
and
that's
like,
the other part of it.
you
for
can
sure.
collectively like intentionally or otherwise exert enough pressure to like get
It's
them
pretty
to change
entitled.
to,
It's
to,
very
like,
to,
shut up,
yeah.
to
stop
change
whining
their
about
own
it.
art.
Yeah,
and,
like it's what they. I
Worked
read,
with Sonic.
Yeah,
Like-
it
like
did
a-
work with Sonic.
like imagine you have like it's 1996, Broken Glass comes out
Yeah.
for Crowbar, and you can just like call Kirk and be like, you can just call
know what
Kirk
that
and be like, hey,
dude, this sounds like fucking
dude,
shit.
this sounds like
Fix it.
arse. Change
Why
the
does your
mix.
guitar sound like that?
And I
yeah.
mean, Kirk would probably be like, "Fuck you, brother." But
yeah,
like,
100%.
but like
I'm
that,
gonna
that's
kick
what
your ass.
that's what we're talking about. Like,
Like
being
it's-
able to like blow up someone, like a person's phone, and be
Yeah.
like, "Your art is not good enough.
This is
Change
not
it."
what I want your art to be. Change it for me.
I think what you touched on before is like it kind of all it hit the nail on the head of like the idiosyncrasies of certain records are what makes them so good.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you listen to like Devourment, like old Devourment, like MTD Devourment, it's like if that had a modern mix on it, it would not be what it is.
Correct.
So like allow yourself to listen to something that doesn't sound 100% perfect, because it's like if you are trying to just listen to perfectly mixed, perfectly recorded music, just listen to pop. Like the people that kind of like we were chatting about before with I God, like your favorite band. Most people are listening to music that is not perfect, and it's intentionally not perfect.
Yes.
That was something that we kind of like to tie it back to the new record actually.
Yes,
like
perfect.
um
Hosting the pod better than I
yeah,
can.
oh,
Thank you.
just, sorry.
Bring it back.
Yeah, that was something, I don't know if you felt it, but I had like a little bit of an anxiety, but more so with like a full steam ahead I want to do this regardless of what I'm feeling underneath, about going, well, this new record, we want it to be like, take all the samples out, take all the lead guitars out, like strip away all the things that are making it like into this thing that has to be like a perfect product. And, you know, there's missed notes on it. There's like,
Especially live.
yeah, one particular pinch harmonic that I cannot hit. But yeah, like when we spoke to Clay about the mix and stuff, we were like, we don't want fake guitars, like fake amp sims. We don't want, not even for bass. So the bass is like real, like a mic on a bass cab, which is so uncommon nowadays. And,
Yes.
certain stuff, like we got one of the revisions back of the mix, and the end.
It was the first one.
The first one, but then there was also the first one was really tight. He had tight.
He metalcored it.
He metalcored it.
Fully metalcored it, which
And
is
then-
fine. Like, I don't think we got across what we wanted out of it. Because he like.
But then he got the vision.
Yeah.
Be like,
as
can
soon
you
as-
turn the mud
as soon
fader
as
up a
Alex-
little
yeah,
bit?
as
Can
soon
we
as
get
Alex
a bit more
explained
mud
it,
in the mix?
He's like, oh yeah, I got you. And then it was like, oh yeah, this is it.
Yeah, like I was sort of like,
All the mess.
like leave all the mess in there. Like when I sent these across, and these were edited guitars, and then he had like snapped them a little bit more, which is like the industry thing that you should do. And we were
Yes.
like, no, like remove all that.
Yeah.
And there's one particular riff at the end of the title track, and in the email back on the revision, he was like, oh yeah, I get it. This sounds way better loose. Because it's like, yeah, but that was something that I kind of felt a little bit iffy about when I was like trying to pitch it to the guys and be like, what do you guys think of this? Like, let's just leave it a little messy, because it's some people, like you saw with the boundary thing, expect a certain level. And it's like, that's not, if you leave a little bit of mess in there, or you leave a bit of imperfection in there, even in the mix or in the editing or whatever, it's going to be closer to what the real product is like live. And that's going to make maybe us look like a better live band, because like, well, they sound just like the record. They're missing all the same notes.
Dude, they nailed that.
Yeah, they nailed that fuck up perfectly. But yeah, that was something that I definitely thought about and was like, I wonder what people are going to think. But then eventually you kind of go, well, you build the aesthetic around it. You kind of go, well, we're doing everything on like film, and it's got this older feel to it.
Yeah.
If
Less
the people
produced.
that don't want that aren't going to listen to it, and that's fine. And the people that
It's not for them.
the people that get it,
It's for you guys.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
And if it's an
Yeah.
intentional choice that you collectively want and stand by, that's all that matters.
exactly, yeah.
And like, it will find its people. And if it's not the people who want something clean and crisp and click to the grid, then fuck them. Like,
Yeah,
there's
that's exactly
1,000
it,
other
yeah.
bands that they can listen to, that they can fuck with.
Yeah.
You know, not to shit on like anyone's fans
no,
or anything,
no,
but
If
like,
you want metalcore, listen to Modern Human Ritual and shut the fuck up.
yeah.
But that's sort of like what you were saying before about being in a weird liminal spot for Melting, where it's like we're in between two worlds, where we've toured with a lot of like very like tight, very like high production, I guess, metalcore bands, or like, I guess, deathcore bands that still fall into that category of like this hyper modern type thing. And we collectively, like the hive mind of Melting, is like spiritually somewhere else.
Yes.
And then we're slowly but surely transitioning the band's aesthetic, sound, and feel towards that. So it's like we're kind of in this weird space where it's like, who's going to listen to this and pick this up? Because we don't expect, especially with like, you know, the stuff that we've discussed about like writing and stuff in the future, we don't expect that to even touch the people that have originally kind of gotten into the band, I suppose. And it's like, but then the people, if you're 2 records in or 3 records in, that are over here, they don't even know who you are. We're a new band to them.
Yeah.
But you're already 3 records in or something like that. And it's kind of like, what do you do? But it's like, you just kind of
I
keep
feel
doing
like
what you want. And
we're so small, it doesn't fucking matter.
that's true. That's the other
Like,
part
who
of it.
gives a
Yeah.
shit? Like,
yeah.
we can just make whatever we want. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
I get the whole thing with Boundaries, because they probably have a lot of pressure on them from the label. They just joined, what's that one?
Sumerian.
So I'm sure that they've got people being like, hey, bro, like, people are not liking this. You guys got to fucking fix
But is
it.
it
Well,
not?
I reckon it would be the exact opposite. Can you imagine like announcing the new era of the band with your new single, your new label? The label is pushing the clip, the label is pushing the sound, and you're over on Reddit being like, actually, the mix is dog shit. Here's the other link that you should listen to. If I was in the label, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
Tell-
but maybe
Tell
the
people your new
label are
stuff
like,
is good.
people are not receiving this well. can you guys like
Yeah.
get them on side? And they're like,
Okay.
yeah, have the normal mix.
Yeah.
Is it-
and
is
that's,
it-
that's
so-
the
sorry,
thing.
go on.
No, I mean, that's the thing. Like, we don't really know what those backroom conversations were
It just
like.
feels like because of their trajectory,
Yes.
projected trajectory, whatever. Like,
No,
you know,
I know what you mean.
you
Like,
can tell that they're going to go up.
sure.
So there's probably like so much pressure on all these different sides, and then you just got people yelling. It's like for us, nobody cares.
Yeah, that's so
we
true,
Can, we
yeah,
can
yeah.
make like we can make a 6-minute Doom song.
You got
and
Josh at
release it
Greyscale being
in,
like, fix the mix.
No, they don't care.
They're actually like hella supportive of
We're
it.
like,
Of
yeah,
course they are.
let's do a music video and upload it at 240p. And that was the only
That
thing.
was the
where
only
we're
thing
like,
with pushback.
All right, well, hang on, guys. Like, and so we're like, all right, we'll just film it on my shitty camera that got used for my like.
But they didn't
parents'
dance
wedding or
around that
something.
either. He was like, I don't agree,
Yeah,
boys.
don't,
we were like,
please, don't.
we're like, all right, we'll compromise
So
on
then
that.
we got Carl to do the video for Glare, and he's like, we're gonna use like an actual camera still. Like
Yeah.
we're doing this. So
We,
then
we can do the grade in post to make it and make
Yeah.
it look as 90s as you
Well,
want.
no, we filmed there's like two different types in that video. The shit looking ones we filmed on my parents' old Sony like tape,
like little
mini DV.
handy cam
Yeah,
thing.
mini
Yeah.
DV thing. Carl like we had to tape on. I did it tapeless, so we didn't actually have to fuck around with the tape, but it'll still film through it.
Yeah.
And he was trying to get it on his gimbal, and the gimbal was like.
It's like sticky tape to
it
the
was
gimbal.
like, it looked like shit, but it turned out great.
It looked
And
it
it's-
looked
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I feel like that music video is a good representation of what Melting's doing. 'cause, like,
100%.
there's the really high def shit in the black and white, but then there's like the ugly
Yeah.
but also beautiful like old shit, and it's like what our sound is turning into. Like it's all going in that way.
Mm.
So I feel like it's a good like transitionary song, and then the other songs are like. Just like like fucking it's like dirty shit, and then like we're
Yeah.
gonna keep going that way. We're not doing more like we're not going back.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep
Yeah.
going the other way.
That way,
Yeah. No, I
Alright,
fuck
yeah.
with it. I think like stick to your guns, do whatever is like
Good man.
intentional to you, and just do it.
Yeah.
Just tune out all the noise and just do your thing.
Yeah, well, and that's
Yeah.
the thing. Like no one's there. Like, bro, I miss fucking. What's the other one? You exist because we allow it. It's like no one does. No one
Yeah,
cares.
it's not like prevalent enough for people.
Yeah, so
it's like,
there's like a level of freedom, which is cool. Just be like, let's do.
Let's talk about the EP then. So like by the time I edit this and put it out, you guys will have already made the formal announcement. So A Pathetic Excuse for a Life comes out end of May. I think we agreed.
29th,
And I'll have links and stuff for people to go check all of that shit out. But I want to like hone in on the title because like the title is quite evocative. And
Yeah.
I was reading through the lyrics that you sent
Yeah.
in the email. You're pissed, brother.
Yeah, it's a lot angrier. I don't know.
Which fits the music of what
Yeah,
we're talking
oh,
about.
yeah, like-
Heavier, more aggressive, looser, feels more like in the moment.
Yeah.
And lyrically, feels like you're exercising a few demons there. So
Yeah.
talk to me about that.
Oh well, for Glare, I wrote Glare before we had a song for Glare.
Okay.
That concept was like has been around for ages for me, just in my notes. And that one was like very, very specific and like personal and stuff. So that was why we did the video like that as well. One, because we thought it was sick, and two, because like you couldn't do the topic justice of like abuse and like all that. It's a very complicated thing, and you can't just like do that as like a just a little
without
group
like
of people, and it's
insane budget or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it just feels like dirty. So like we're not gonna visually touch on it, but like the song will speak for itself.
Hard to do like a narrative clip.
Yeah, like
when
and
it's,
we didn't
when
want
it's that
to.
kind
It's
of
like,
intense.
It's just like it feels wrong to do that. Like exploitative or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's sort of like generalizing somebody's personal
Yeah,
experience
it's like
into like
yeah,
this
it's
is what
just
we think it is.
The song, the video is more just a vibe, and then like Arrogant Fool. That's about a few different people that I know or know of, quite a few, and it's such a good song to like. I think about a person. I'm like, fuck, that song fits you perfectly. Oh, fuck, that song fits you perfectly. Like, I fucking hate all of you cunts. like, and it's like so good. And then Pathetic Excuse for a Life, the title track, that that was just like, as soon as we got the instrumentals for that from Alex, I was like, oh, this is a mad fucking song. Like, this is angry. And so I just wrote, it started off as just me being like generally angry. And then there was a lot of shit with certain groups of people that were bad. one could say fascist people.
Yes.
And I was like, I fucking hate you cunts. And it was just like, it made it easier to refine the song once I had like an actual like thing for it. It was too general.
Yeah.
I find that's like the biggest.
A target, should we say.
Yeah. Put a fucking target, which they deserve, on their necks. But like, when I write songs, it's really hard. Like, if it's just a general vibe, you can get like, but that's how you get like generic lyrics and stuff.
Yes.
You really need like a thing, like actually a concrete thing.
Yeah.
And that made it really easy. And we just thought Pathetic Excuse for a Life is a great overall representation of the songs and what like the whole EP is like saying.
Yeah.
It's a very hateful, very, very hateful thing, but it's also about like, you know, overcoming
the sword and stuff,
those
yeah.
groups of people or different types of people that are just trying to fuck you over.
I think what's interesting is, like I mentioned before, like Alex sent me like a rough mix of the EP in like December, right? So I've been sitting with it for a couple of months. I've had it just like sitting in my inbox, and I'll like revisit it every couple of weeks, go listen to it. And I'm like, oh yeah, that new Melting EP fucking rocks. And then we started talking about doing this, and Xavier, you sent over the lyrics. Yeah. So I've only had like the full lyrics to the EP for maybe like a couple of days. Yeah. So I go back and I listen to the EP, reading the lyrics, and like I kind of picked up on the general vibe without having the lyrics in front of me.
Yeah, yeah.
But then having that and being able to follow through, I was like, oh.
I think that's the best way to listen. I was like, you listen to it. You don't
I
have the lyrics.
knew you were pissed, and I was like, now I know why.
You know the song. You can recognize the different parts, and then when you can read along to it after that, it's like, oh fuck, like that's how I fall in love with the band.
Yeah, that was how I like connected with so much hardcore and metal and stuff in the past. It's like liner notes, reading with like the thank yous in like a liner note of like, here are other bands that we want to shout out. And then I go and listen to them. Like, it's an integral part of like forming
it's like the next level
and attachment, a deeper love and attachment. Let's kind of wrap up the main chat because we've been going for almost an hour.
Holy shit.
So EP comes out in May. I know you have a show coming up with Starve where you're doing the music video shoot. Yeah. That's in the 18th of April.
Yes. Right,
Should be like the week after this comes out. Yeah. I'll put up the flyer.
Links.
I think it's sold out already, right?
Yeah, it's sold out in like 12 hours.
That's going to be fun though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is Chris shooting that?
Yeah. We got a few people shooting it.
Okay. Shout out to Chris.
Yeah.
Friend of the show.
Shout out,
he was also playing with you guys for a little bit, right?
Yes, he did. Yeah, he did two shows with us. Yeah. Tassie and Melbourne.
We chatted.
The show of all time.
Yeah. Oh my God.
We chatted in the DMs quite a bit, and I remember like when he announced that, he was like, "Man, I'm so excited to play those shows." And I was like, "Oh, I'm guessing you've heard the new EP then?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I can't wait to play those songs." He's like, "It's so fucking angry and pissed." So
he was saying that to us as well. He's like, "I can't wait to just get on stage and be able to like." It's like middle finger up sort of music. Very angry, very pissed off. And
what else have you got coming down the pipe once the EP drops? Anything you can announce? Anything you want to talk about?
I think we got an AA coming up in Sydney.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll be in.
And then we'll probably that announces tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
Beautiful.
And then I think we'll probably just try to put a tour together.
Okay.
Do the East Coast. East Coast, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Tassie again would be fun.
So to kind of like put a final pin in the discussion that we were having, like playing shows with a bunch of different bands, transitioning, melting to this new kind of aesthetic, sonic.
It's like a metal band now.
What it always should have been. What it felt like it was supposed to be at the start.
The final form. Power level 9000.
It feels right. It feels far more like fitting. What we were doing.
What's the dream lineup for a tour? If you're going to try and put together a
crowbar.
Melting the members, just getting door spots. Well, like that we would like a tour package for us.
Yeah, like a realistic tour package. If you could like,
I would love to just go with DT. I fucking like they're our biological brothers.
Shout out Death Tax.
Shout out Death Tax. Shout out Jordan and the fucking Death Tax clock.
Oh,
he made-
dude,
that
that
he made me?
motherfucker loves his 3D
Dude,
printer.
the 3D printer. We could have had an extra hour on the pod just talking about the shit that he wants to do with the 3D printer.
It's insane.
It's
But
crazy.
it's good that he wants to like give so much back into the community with it. He's like doing
Yeah.
keychains for people and
Yeah.
stuff like that. He's doing
Yeah.
like that cool idea of glow in the dark like prices for merch and stuff like that.
So sick.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Who else?
I could definitely see like a Death Tax melting like
Mm.
co-headliner, because I know you did that Tasmanian run earlier this year with Severed,
Severed,
and
yeah.
that's like another like band that makes perfect sense on paper.
Yeah.
I'd love to have Grindhouse on.
yeah.
Fucking love
that band
Grindhouse so
It's
much.
so sick.
They would be great to go on tour with.
Yeah,
I think
they're
they're
so
really
hot.
nice
There's
people there.
Genuinely not a cop out, but there are so many fucking sick bands.
Yeah.
It's hard to like, be like to nail exactly which ones you want to have on.
Yeah.
It's like, you only get like 4 max.
It's also like
choices.
we've had that conversation before where it's like, who would we go on tour with because of this whole transitional period? And it's like we've got a
Yeah.
lot of friends in bands that don't necessarily
Where do we fit?
fit our like. But that doesn't really matter. I mean, our headliner last year had like Four Weather, they're like some of our best mates, and
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
sonically completely different. So it doesn't really matter, and I don't think we discriminate in that way.
That was the SHOTKICKERS show.
that was the SHOTKICKERS show.
That was a
yeah.
great show.
Yeah, that was
It
fun
was
as hell.
awesome.
Like
yeah.
Mixed Bill, Blood Oath. Like
Yeah, those
Yeah.
are the best sorts of shows.
Yeah.
You mix it
Yeah.
up a bit, like some variation. But yeah,
So,
it's
yeah,
so
we'll
hard.
have to have a think about it.
fuck.
but yeah.
Well, yeah, I didn't even think about doing a tour. So
I love. There's a lot of bands from like the Central Coast and stuff like that that are really, really sick, but I think a lot of them don't even know we exist. They're in
Yeah.
a little bit more of a different world. They're more in like Louis' world.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I'm from Bereaving God. Obviously, know Louis and
Yeah.
and everything like that.
Friend of the show.
Yeah, but whether or not like that happens, who fucking
I can
knows?
see you guys doing like a wet work kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
tour
I
or
know
something like
Dylan
that.
from Wet Work. Yeah,
Yeah, like you guys can make that work.
yeah, that'd be sick. That'd
Or
be
even
down.
like Descent from Queensland.
Yeah,
Like the fucking death metal kind of like hardcore hybrid.
I haven't listened to them, but
Incredible band.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Ant's a
Cool
fucking
name.
sick vocalist.
yeah, that's it.
And we've had Pip from Black Blood Audio
Yeah.
on the show a bunch of times for the Cold Day Fest in
Oh
Brisbane.
yeah.
Anyway, excited to see what you put together for
Thanks.
a tour and a lineup, and I can't wait for people to hear the EP because it's fucking heavy
Same.
and it rules.
Mm.
Yeah,
I'm loving this new era, this
Thank you.
new future that you're moving towards. Let's put a pin in the main show there.
Cool.
Xavier, Alex, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks
Thank
for having
you
us.
for having us.
Cheers.
Hello, Owen popping in to say, please sign up for the TPD Patreon. This is what helps us keep the lights on and keep the show going. The link is at the bottom of your screen right now, patreon.com/tpdpod. All of our patrons get exclusive access to Side B of our roundup episodes, so you get a few extra tracks, as well as our feature album discussion and the full show experience. Our patrons also get exclusive access to behind the scenes, off the cuff chit chat from all of our guest episodes. But the patrons are the ones who make all of this happen. For as little as $5 a month, you can sign up to the TPD Patreon, and it really helps us out, really helps us keep the show going. So shout out to all of our patrons, shout out to our executive producer patrons. You're the real ones. And yeah, thank you so much for watching the show.